Okay. Yeah. Mayor, I'd like to call to order the regular meeting of the Elmwood Park Mayor and Council for August 17th, 2023, to order at 7 o'clock p.m. On roll call, we have council members Dennis. Here. Fasolo.
Here.
Golovic.
Here.
Pellegrin. Here. Sheridan.
Here.
Council President Ballasteri.
Here.
Mayor Coletti.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you, thank you. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Some familiar faces out there. It's always good for me at my age to see faces like, and when I see an additional Whitehead, I feel real good. You know. In any case, we have a lot going on this evening, so we're going to get started. I'm going to ask everybody to please rise for our prayer flag salute. And doing the honors of our prayer, Pastor Ron, would you please?
All heads bowed. Eternal Father, first and foremost, your presence is welcome here in these chambers. We thank you for the privilege of allowing us to gather together in your name. We thank you for our council, and we ask you, dear Father, to empty them of all self-righteousness or any personalities. Infiltrate their minds with your love and your presence, that we're here to make important decisions for your people of the community. Let everyone meet and be on one accord for the betterment of your community and your people. We honor you, your majesty, and your dominion in your heavenly name. And we all say, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor Ron. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. God and country. Yes, yes, yes. That's what it's about. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we're going to be honoring an organization, Strangers Helping Strangers. We have some of their leadership here. It's another organization that is part of our collective way of thinking here in Elmwood Park, which is to bring the community together. We work at it very, very, very hard, and it's paying off. I go to other towns, other mayors say to me, what? And I'm going to use, what the hell are you guys doing over there? There's a big buzz on the fact that we work hard on bringing our community together. And this organization that we'll be honoring tonight will exemplify that. And I'm going to get to that part. I got to finish this first, though. The perfect example is that I recall 2 years ago, a year ago, they were set up, the organization was set up at the firehouse on the boulevard, Muller Drive, excuse me. And it was pouring rain. And those people were out. They didn't let the rain serve them at all. They just were out there in the pouring rain on their heads, and at the end of the day, it didn't disturb them. That showed me commitment, and I don't think in any way, shape, or form, when you have people like that handling an organization, we have to honor them tonight. But first, I have to do this. Whereas Chapter 231 of the Public Laws of the State of New Jersey require at the commencement of every meeting a statement of compliance be read by the presiding officer. Now, therefore, be advised that the meeting requirements for this meeting have been met by publishing a special meeting notice in the Herald News and the Record, and by posting such notice in the office of the Borough Clerk, as well as in a public place within the municipal building. Also, by notifying interested citizens, said notice was posted and transmitted on January 6th, 2023, and published on January 10th, 2023. Now, what I will do is turn this meeting over to our council president, who has a few words to say about the organization also.
Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to give you a little bit about Strangers Helping Strangers, which I know most people do know, but besides giving out food every Friday, there's many other things that they do. And so before we bring them up, the volunteers and their leader of the pack, I always call, Chris Sprace, I would like to share what these wonderful people have done over the past 3 years. Please know these are not only Elmwood Park volunteers, but also Garfield and other surrounding communities. They have food distributions every Friday for the last 3 years. In extreme heat or cold, rain or snow. On July 14th was our 150th market in Elmwood Park. We have also had 70 days of hot food distribution. Strangers Helping Strangers also did a donation drive for Ukraine and Syria, Turkey. 3 school supply distributions, and they sponsored an Elmwood Park girls softball team. They have responded to many individuals and families in need. They also distributed turkeys 3 years in a row. They've worked with RAP and Angela Fava for Elmwood Park's Hunger Action Month. They also set up a table at our multicultural fair. They worked hand in hand with our Elmwood Park Police Department, Fire Department, and DPW, borough officials, and residents and youth. June 25th was a very proud moment for Strangers Helping Strangers and our Elmwood Park community. They received a very prestigious honor, the Governor's Volunteerism Award. They were chosen out of many applicants, a well-deserved honor. What makes these wonderful volunteers even more special is they never expect accolades, photo ops, or credit. They do it from their heart each and every week. Thank you to the Mayor and Council for recognizing this amazing family that continues to grow and cares about our community. Congratulations on 3 years of selfless giving and growing success. Okay, I'm going to call Chris up because we have certificates for everyone. Mayor?
Beware of the man bearing gifts.
Says the man bearing gifts. Mayor got one. Yeah.
Okay, so first we have a plaque, the Community Service Award presented to Chris with Strangers Helping Strangers. The Borough of Elmwood Park applauds you for your continuous fight against hunger. We are grateful for the thousands of residents in our community who have helped during the past 3 years. All your hard work and dedication is deeply appreciated. Okay, now we still have certificates for all the volunteers.
All right, so if any of y'all know me,
You know what, we asked you to do the presentation, right?
I'm sorry, who are you?
No, because you're the only one that can pronounce some of
I
these
know.
names.
Yes. Well, I'm gonna take-
Okay.
So I was going to say, before I speak and give some words, I want to do this first. I want to honor the people here. All right, I always get my name and everything, but without them, this family, there's nothing. So this is for me.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to call them up. Soleil Frey. Come on down. And this is a big part of our organization. We believe in, including the youth in everything we do. And there's Soleil. Takshi Sadiku. And we also thank the husbands and wives of the volunteers that allow them to come out so much for us. Luckily, this is a husband and wife combination. Ella Napick. Malik Zilik, I don't think he's here right now, but we'll get his to him. Anna Zelenska, also not here. She's the vice president. She just had a baby, so we could clap for that as well. Jessica Piskolowski, the secretary, she's also couldn't make it tonight, but we'll give her a round of applause. Mary Katine, she's also couldn't make it tonight. She's the treasurer. Debbie Fusil, also couldn't make it.
There's over 40 volunteers.
Here's one of the main piece rocks that puts up with me.
Oh, we know who that is.
Angela Kovacs. Dagmara Zach. So one thing we love about our family is that we have people of all different ages, races, personalities, and that doesn't matter to us, you know, we're all together. Teleska Zilik.
And since Chris is a teacher, he really teaches us to behave.
Or I just turn the music up louder.
Thank you. Congratulations.
The Hammer. Robert Schlegel. You will not get in if he's at the entrance running security. Congratulations, buddy.
It's been some year of awards for you.
Yeah.
Is Linda here?
Linda's not here.
Linda Schlegel, Bob's wife, but Bob will take it for her. The most handsome man in our group, Bob Huffman. And we have veterans. Both Bobs are veterans. Congratulations.
Good catch, good throw.
Bob, stay up here, Bob.
Is she here? Brenda's not here.
Brenda Huffman.
Don't lose that, Bob. You'd be in a lot of trouble.
He's not here right now, but he's the smiles of the group. Larry Luterzo, to give it up. One of the happiest fellas. Lena Rhodes, another husband and wife couple that everybody they just rock stars here. Congratulations, love.
Congratulations.
And her other half, David Rhodes, two Elmwood Park residents.
Thank you.
I don't think she's here. Andrea Zooks, she's dealing with some things, so she couldn't make it tonight, but she's been here for years. Vanessa Sobraj, she's been here since the fire department days. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
So this one is also not here, but she is a youth, just like Isabella, who I'll talk about in a few, who have been here since the beginning. They were like 12 years old or 13, and after the pandemic ended, all right, kids would want to go back out and play and do their thing. You know, during the pandemic, it was okay to come out and help if their parents let them, something to do. But afterwards, when all the kids went out to go play or whatever, these kids still kept coming. And I never asked them once. They always just came because they wanted to. So Natalie Fusil. Caroline Troutman.
Congratulations.
Caroline, it was one of two people I knew before Strangers started. I didn't know anybody. None of us knew each other except for the husband and wives.
All new.
All new, huh? And we worked together. All right, there's another youth. He's not here as well. Julian Camacho Maldonado. All right, Stacy Gerstein Frey. Come on down.
Congratulations.
Oh, this is one of the newer volunteers. I think she's been here a month. Sandy Balistrieri.
Congratulations.
The first day we had it in Elmwood Park, she was there. And her lesser half,
Lesser? Lesser, you mean?
I'm standing next to her.
Oh, yes,
So yeah,
okay.
Joseph Balistrieri. This man has saved me so many times.
I think you're equal. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Oh, here's another youth. This is, so when we had our youth crew, most of them, they were all Garfield kids, because I teach in Garfield. I didn't really know any Elmwood Park kids. But Sandy brought Isabella around since day one. And, you know, like the mayor said, rain or heat, hot, snow, whatever it is, she's out there rocking it. She'll go to softball practice, come to us, then go to tryouts with school and everything. And she just started high school. You all remember what freshman year could be like, and she still comes. Please give it up for Isabella Balistrieri. This is the dancer of our group, and probably the funniest. You know, if you need a good joke, Amanda Modofino, we'll give it to you.
Congratulations.
This volunteer has been here for a while as well. Even when she couldn't make it, she would come on her lunch breaks. And I don't think a lot of things are crazy, but I even thought that was crazy, but that just shows her passion. So Adelina Sadiku.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I don't think he's here, probably couldn't hear me anyway. Jeff Musnikow? Not here, right? Bob, you'll get it to him? Okay, I'll give it to you. I don't know her age for real, but I always call her, she's 78 in my head. She's a 78 Hungarian woman with one eye, doesn't work. And she's there at 8:30. It's 100 degrees. She's there at 8:30, and she's the last one jumping in the dumpster, patting cardboard down. All right, you guys can picture that. Now picture a 78-year-old Hungarian woman doing it. She's fantastic. I wish she was here. But Hilda Aradi. The softball slugger, Anna Passy. Come on down.
Need a little break here?
No, I'm good. She's not here, but many Elmwood Park people may know her as Granny Smith, Linda Smith. But she's not here tonight, but she comes, even when she's not well, she comes. These next two are married. And life has dealt them the nastiest curveball you could think of. And they still come. So, Steve Backer Kathleen back here, come on down. These next two I don't believe are here either, but it's a mother-daughter combination. And it's Marzena Jastrzebski and Emily Jastrzebski. So I'll get these to them. This next volunteer, I've had several conversations with in the last year since he's been with us, but we don't speak the same language. He works so hard. It's 100 degrees, never asked to go to the bathroom. He works so hard, nicest man. Walter Dervishi.
Yakshumash.
He's Albanian.
Close? Close. Congratulations.
This woman's not here as well, but with the help of Angela Fava, Gina Kim, we were able to find a new location at the church, which I'm sure some people get annoyed with because now we have that huge line there, but thank you, Gina and the church. This man is not here as well, but still, he has some health issues, and he still came when he could. So Joey Bellaro. This man, well, I can't say anything else about him without first saying he's a veteran. So let's, Bob, and now this man, veteran. So all three of you. But he runs the New Jersey Veterans Network, which is a whole separate organization, and they do so much, and they include us, and they come and work with us, and vice versa, and he's part of the family just as much as anybody. So Francisco Doc Shupp. This man is somewhere in the country right now. He travels for work a lot. He's not on the run, we don't think, but he's a good man and he works hard. Matt Rowe. And this woman is also not here. Rose is not here, I don't believe, but Rose Aragon. So I think, does anybody have some words they want to say? I know some people said earlier they might want to come up. One, maybe two. Okay, so I'll keep it short because maybe some of you have like some real serious issues. You got, and you're like, damn, this is taking forever. So I'll try to keep it quick. But the whole thing was, I don't live in Garfield or Elmwood Park. I'm not from either town, and I work in Garfield, so we started it in Garfield. Sandra Colombini, a resident, just put on a comment on one of my posts saying, oh my God, this is awesome. I wish we had this in Elmwood Park. So I was like, okay, trying to think, who did I know in Elmwood Park? Erin Delaney and Mr. Golobeck. And that was a connection. They helped me set it up with Chief Feligno, Ms. Pellegrini, everybody that was involved. And the first market, I remember we got screwed, kind of. We were supposed to get produce donated, and we didn't, so we had to buy it. I went to Restaurant Depot, and we bought it. And then we had our first dinner when it rained. Remember, when it rained? And we've been here ever since. And as you know, good work as it is that we've done, a lot of towns, you get a lot of pushback from police, from government officials, from whoever. But this town, you get none of that. The police work with us hand in hand. Fire department, hand in hand. The DPW, I can't even tag them in their posts. Can they get a Facebook page already? I have to put just regular DPW. They come down and they help out. When the police drive by and I'm on traffic, they just give away, make sure everything's all good. So we thank you. So. But now I'm going to let the future come up. Isabella.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Isabella Ballesteri. I have been part of Strangers Helping Strangers since the beginning in Elmwood Park. And volunteering with them is something I look forward to every week. I remember the first day I volunteered with them. It was a hot summer day in Elmwood Park, and my mom encouraged me to go to the firehouse where the distribution was being held. I was dreading going to it because of how hot it was that day, and I had to work in that heat. Little did I know that I would be doing the same thing every week for the next 3 years, but in all kinds of weather. I didn't stop volunteering back then, and I don't plan on stopping now. Over the years of helping this organization, I have gotten to meet and work with an amazing group of people, but really got to connect with a specific individual, Chris Brage. It is verbally impossible to put into words how hardworking, dedicated, and caring Chris really is. Chris undoubtedly stays diligent and committed to the distributions, but doesn't fail to have a little fun in between. When I say that Chris really cares for everyone, I seriously and earnestly mean it. For instance, it was a really cold Friday night at the church where the distributions are held. And I was giving out produce boxes. I had a hoodie and a few other layers on that night because of how cold it was. And I had my phone in my hoodie pocket. At least I thought I did. I eventually came to realize that my phone wasn't in any of my pockets, and I started to panic. And you would know, with my generation and without our phones, it doesn't go that well. I told some people that I didn't have my phone with me, including my dad. Later came to find out that my phone was not in the church parking lot at all. Once I told my mom, we were able to track it, and we saw that it was in a totally different location out of town. I was starting to prepare life without a phone. After the distribution was over, we told Chris, and he said that he would come with us to retrieve my phone. So my parents, Chris, and I were in a different town trying to figure out which house had my phone. And I remember Chris told me and my parents to stay in the car while he followed the directions and started knocking on residents' door in the cold weather. After I think about 2 or 3 houses, he found the house that had my phone, and they gave it back to Chris. I cannot tell you how relieved I was to get my phone back, but so appreciative that Chris went out of his way to retrieve my phone for me. That is just one example of how kind-hearted he really is. But there are so many more examples that if I tried to list them all, my mom might yell at me for taking up way too much time. Chris and the Strangers Helping Strangers family really deserves the recognition for their genuine commitment to our community. Strangers Helping Strangers does so much more than just food distributions, such as donation drives, school supplies distributions. Oh, my bad, sorry. And are always helping someone in need. No matter what kind of weather there is, we never cancel the distribution, which really shows the dedication that these amazing volunteers have. This is why I am so honored to be part of this family. This special person that started this amazing organization just celebrated a birthday, so I wanted to share his birthday with all his supporters. Happy birthday, Chris. And thank you for all the work that you have done, not just for Elmwood Park, but for surrounding communities.
Give it up, please. This is the youth, you know? So real quick, we'll be done in a few, those with the important business. As much as I thank the city and each other, I have to thank someone else, because without them, there'd be nothing. My mom and dad. Thank you. Anybody else? Adelina? No? Doc, come on up.
I mean, I don't know if I can follow that speech. Was she wonderful? Seriously.
Back to her story real quick. The Find My iPhone, right? You know, Find My iPhone. It's nonsense. It sends you to 4 or 5 different houses and it keeps moving. So don't really trust it.
Okay, I don't know how I can follow that. How's it going, guys? So, as Chris said, I'm an Army veteran. So, my job was a medic. So what I did was take care of heroes. Like 2 of my hero buddies right there, my Bobs. I love you guys. All right, I came back home, we started working together with veterans and again, working with heroes. So I'm kind of an expert on seeing heroes, and I see a whole bunch right in front of me. I want to make sure that you guys, more so than anything, because when we're out there doing the food distribution, I don't really get to tell you guys, but what you guys have is so special. Like, I work with a lot of different organizations through my network, and I don't see the kind of love and family that you guys have. And that's because of you guys, because you're good people. And I love working with you guys. Like, I'll go over there, I'll be exhausted sometimes. But you guys have such a good positive vibe that I want to go there and I want to be part of it. So you guys are amazing. I don't get to tell you guys that often enough, but you guys are heroes. You guys are feeding people that need food. And you, Chris, you don't take credit as much, but you're a leader and you built this family. So God bless you for all you did. So I just want to take a quick moment. I mean, these guys literally, I mean, you hear the stories, but through the snow, through the heat, through the rain, like I've seen these guys just out there working for their community. You don't see dedication like that very often. Again, I work with a lot of charities, and people don't show up for a sign like that, but you guys do. So let's give them all a hand, guys.
So yeah, I'm just gonna wrap it up now. The thing is, they're not exaggerating with the weather, all right? And don't think we're some special beings. Like, it does suck sometimes when it's 5 degrees out and it's raining. But we have fun. We'll have water bottle fights in the rain. We'll set up water bottles in puddles and go bowling. But what drives us is that, you know, when it's snowing out or it's 100 degrees out, the hunger doesn't take off. So who the hell are we to, you know? So thank you all very much. On behalf of us, we appreciate you guys. Thank you very much.
A special leader for a special group.
I've got a picture. Here we go.
Council, you want to come down? Behind?
All right, tall people on the back.
I was like, I walked in with him, like, what happened to your hair? And he's like, I got rid of it. It's nice, but it's nice to meet you in person. Anytime you take a shot. All right, you're welcome.
Oh, you let her get it to her. I'll tell her it's going to be turned over to her. Okay.
Okay, Mayor, at this time, I'm going to turn the meeting over to Councilwoman Dennis for our apprenticeship acknowledgement.
Thank you, Shanae. Everything went off over here. All right, I'll use yours. It's like, be quiet. What's up? Wait. Oh, it's all your fault. Okay, I'm back. What are you doing? Okay. Sorry. Ciara, can you come up to the front, please? We're just going to talk about you for a little bit, so if you would just sit down for a sec. You look too nice. There you go. A couple months ago, I walked into the recreation center to bother our recreation director like I normally do, and just brainstorm with him just different ideas that I sleep on. And in conversation, he mentioned an apprenticeship program, and I just got so excited about it because it's everything that I try to focus on as a councilwoman, and it's growing our youth and providing opportunities for them to learn and develop, and also opportunities for them to see that where they live is an amazing place. And what we're trying to do is shape our youth to be great individuals when they get up and they leave Elmwood Park and they experience the rest of the world. So we came up with this program. And, we sat down, we brainstormed, I brought it to the council, and luckily they believed in me and our ideas, and they approved this program. And Ciara was one of the only people in Elmwood Park that committed to the program and saw it all the way through. I just want to bring up a few people to say some words about the program and Ciara before we present her with something. And I would like to start off with our Recreation Director, Tashawn Warren. Tashawn.
There we go. Good evening. Ciara Palmer, who is an Elmwood Park native, will be entering her junior year of high school this fall. Ciara, who is an honor student, will be focusing on her classes while maintaining her 4.0 GPA as well as her perfect attendance record. In addition to her perfect school record, she'll be volunteering at Gotta Dance Studio as well as a church of her choice. In addition to her volunteering, she also participates in a boatload of clubs, that being the Korean Club,
the Environmental Club, the Scarlet Quill Club, the Art Club, the Political Science Club, and the Gaming Club. I know, right? When does she have time for herself? Let's clap it up for Sierra. But wait, there's more. Sierra is also on the high school tennis team. Please clap it up for her. In addition to all the things that Sierra does, she also spends her time practicing Italian, where she was awarded to the National Italian Honor Society. At this time, we welcome Sierra to give a couple of words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sierra Palmer, for those of you who may not know me. I'd like to express my sincere gratitude to Councilwoman Dennis and to Mr. Warren for giving me an opportunity that was very valuable, in which I've gained so much insight into the business and finance department. To Lori, Linda, and Stephanie, I've enjoyed working and collaborating on various tasks with you. It's been a pleasure working with you this past month. I want to thank you for all that you've done for me. I look forward into taking what I've learned with me into my future career. Thank you.
May I have Lori and Stephanie come up for a moment, please?
I would just like to say thank you to Sierra, Councilwoman Tanisha Dennis, and to Sean for having her come into my office. It really has been a breath of fresh air. In a day that could be so hectic and busy, to have someone so young and committed to something that's been put in front of her, it really shows you that we do have some future hope in this world. Thank you.
Okay, I didn't really prepare anything, but I just have to say I loved having Sarah in the office. It was nice to have someone young in there, and I was beyond impressed with her. I mean, for someone her age, and she's captain of the tennis team, by the way. Captain, okay. Among all those other things. And we just found out about the Italian today, so we had her speaking to Giovanni a little bit. But, beyond impressed with her. She's just an amazing young woman, and she's going to go really far. And I'm like so proud to have worked with her. And she's really beautiful.
Just, ladies, don't go. I want a picture when you're done. Hold on. Sierra, I just want to let you know that we are very, very proud of you. You are the role model that we hope all the other students that participate in this program will come out to be. You have shown dedication and loyalty. Your resume from the moment I saw it was so impressive, and I'm so proud of everything you already accomplished. I'm proud of everything that I've heard about you while you were here at work every day, and I am excited to see where your journey ends on your road to your career and your education. I can't wait to see all the great things that are in store for you. So I want to thank you for seeing this entire program through. You are our first student, and I would love for you to come back and help us mentor other students going forward, because you are the person that we want them to end up being. With that, we would like to present you with something. Where did it go, guys? Oh, where's the certificate? Do you have it? All right, we'll hold on for that. However, I don't know if you are aware, but there is a stipend at the end of the program, so I wanted to present that to you. I'll find where your certificate went in a second, and we will take a photo with you. So again, thank you. We're proud of you, and good luck on everything you do, okay?
At this time, we ask that Sierra's family come up so you can take a picture with her. Right in the middle. Mayor and council, if you would rise to take the picture. Yeah, group picture.
I don't know where it went. It was just there. Go get it. Go get it. Yeah.
Thank you, Tanisha, and everyone else involved in that award. That was very nice. It was a nice moment here. At this point, I'm going to ask the council to make their comments on both awards. We'll start off with Mr. Golombek on the right, extreme right there.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to first recognize Sierra. Tremendous, resume. Definitely see great things in your future. So I'm very happy that you took advantage of this opportunity and learned some things. To the Strangers Helping Strangers organization, Chris, you've done a tremendous job. Truly, one of the most selfless people that I think I've ever come across, and that's just my viewpoint of all the different people I come across, all the residents, Elmwood Park residents that are part of it, and those that are not Elmwood Park residents. You do an amazing thing here in Elmwood Park, and you can always count on us to support you in any single way we can. Any obstacle that comes up, you know where you can find us, and we spring into action. So thank you so much. Thank you, Councilman, for putting this ceremony together. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Fasolo.
Thank you, Mayor. Strangers Helping Strangers. For years, you have helped the residents of Elmwood Park. Throughout COVID, you were there as a life support for our community, and we thank you. Whether it was rain or shine, food or school supplies, you're always there with a helping hand for all of our residents. Not only that, but you instill a sense of public service and volunteerism in our youth. And I know it's because you're a teacher. I have that same view up here every day. I have the great honor of working with Chris every day, and I don't know where he gets all of the energy, but Chris, you are not only, Chris and Strangers Helping Strangers, you are all not only heroes for Elmwood Park, but for humanity, and it shows that we still have really good people in this world. So thank you very much.
Councilwoman Dennis.
Thank you, Mayor. Again, Sierra, we're very proud of you. Congratulations, and thank you again for seeing the program through in its entirety. And your family should be very proud of you. Thank you for letting us have her. We're very proud of her as well, and we just thank you for everything you've done to make such a great young lady. Strangers Helping Strangers, I feel like you're my Facebook friend. Like, I've seen you when you first started, and then you got your 501c3, and then you got, you're just growing, and I see this family come together, and it's such a great thing to watch. It's like a fulfilling feeling every time I see you guys out there, rain, sleet, snow, all the things that I don't like. But I see you out there, and it just shows how dedicated you really are, how much you care about your communities and our residents, and it's really appreciated. You guys are like the unsung heroes heroes that you were talking about earlier. There's so many countless families you've helped, and there's not enough thank yous to go around to show our appreciation, but I'm just going to say it one more time. Thank you for everything you guys do, and thank you for your dedication to our town. Congratulations.
Thank you, Councilwoman.
Mayor, real quick, I forgot about the apprenticeship.
Oh, that's too bad.
Sorry, Mayor. Thank you for joining and being part of the first apprenticeship. When Councilwoman Dennis came to me and the rest of the council and brought up this idea, I thought it was a great idea, instilling a sense of pride in our community and helping our community and getting the hands-on experience through the tax office, which is a great bunch in there. And I just want to thank you and congratulations.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Pellegrini.
Yes, I'd like to first start off by saying what a great night in our community. This is to me what it's all about. It's such a feel-good night, and I'm so happy to see all of you here and to be able to honor you. I'll first start with Strangers Helping Strangers. A big thank you to Chris and all the volunteers who give so much of their time and help to our community. Again, through the rain, sleet, snow, and heat, you are faithfully there each week to make sure food is given out to our residents. The work you all do is amazing, and I thank you all. You are also very appreciated. Also, a big thank you to our police department, our DPW, our fire department, and the church for all their assistance to help Strangers Helping Strangers. God bless you all. On a personal note, I started with Chris years ago, and I brought him in actually the first time to have him recognized. I knew you were an angel then. I just knew it the moment I met you. When they say there's angels on earth, it's the God's honest truth. You and your volunteers prove that each and every week. And this mayor and council and all of us here are so happy and to honor you tonight. You deserve it. I know you don't like it, but you truly deserve it. You work so, so hard, and we're so thankful for each and every one of you. So thank you. And one more. Now to our apprenticeship acknowledgement. Congratulations to Ms. Palmer for being the first student to participate in our program. It's always a good feeling to pave the way for others. Hopefully next year we will have more students participate in this program. Thank you to our Recreation Director, Mr. Warrant, and to Councilwoman Dennis for bringing this program forward and to the table. It's really, really a great program. I know it'll get bigger and better. Things always start off small. And Sierra, you have really paved the way for others. And it's going to be such a great program. I can't wait to see what happens in the future with it. So again, I just want to say as a councilwoman and as a resident, tonight is such a great night. It's a night that I won't forget to honor all of you. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Sheridan.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I would like to say, Ms. Palmer, congratulations. You're a very brilliant young woman. You're going to go a long way. Good luck to you. Chris, I've known you for almost 2 years by now. I've been to different affairs with you. You are just an amazing guy. I don't know how you fit all of this in one day. I mean, there's only 24 hours in a day. You make it like 48 hours in one day. Your guys are great. I know most of the people from Elmwood Park. Naturally, they're fantastic. The people from Garfield, I don't know that much about, but you put it all together, it works fantastic. Your parents, they got to be grateful to you. I mean, you're just amazing. That's the only word I can say to that, is you are amazing. Well, also, Mayor, the homeowners I have in there, Wind Creek Casino, Friday, no, that's next. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead, keep going.
We'll get to
That's
that a
it.
little later
Yeah.
on, Councilwoman.
I'm ready for this.
All right, we want to stay to our game plan, which is to praise these people here. Council President Ballesteri.
Thank you, Mayor. First, I'd like to congratulate Sierra on such an accomplishment and what a very impressive resume. Thank you to our Recreation Director, Sean, and of course, Councilwoman Dennis for bringing this newest program forward. It was such a success to bring such an intelligent young woman to show that this is the start of the new program. So thank you all for that. And again, congratulations to Sierra. And of course, I said a lot before, so I don't want to repeat myself, but I do also really want to thank the chief and the police department, fire department, and DPW, because without them, we couldn't be doing what everyone is doing. The chief is always there for strangers helping strangers, and I know everyone appreciates that. And of course, the support of the mayor and council is very important, because they will be there always to support such a wonderful organization. And I want to say also our clerk department and Angela Fava really helped me to help put this evening together, and it was flawless. So I really have to say thank you to her as well. But over 40 volunteers, that's not how it started 3 years ago, and some were there that were no longer there. But I have to say, this group, it's just like, it is a second family. That's how I have to explain it. It's just amazing. Like, some were there from 8 o'clock in the morning, don't leave till 5 o'clock. It's just like, it's crazy. And I'll tell you, I've come home and I look like a drenched rat, but you know what? It's a good feeling inside. And that's what it's all about, to feel good about what you're doing. And no one complains how they're going to look when they leave there, or if we're freezing, or if we're, well, my granddaughter the first time said, I don't know, 90-something degrees, I don't know if I could do this, and she hasn't stopped ever since. So I'm so happy that, you know, we all stuck together, and of course, Chris, the leader, I mean, he keeps everybody together. But, you know, behind every good man, there's even a better woman, right, Angela? She's the one that keeps everything in order. So thank you, Mayor, and thank you, everyone. Sorry, I know.
One more thing, that's on
I
Channel
promise.
5.
No, oh my God, I'm sorry. So I just want to mention Strangers Helping Strangers are doing on Saturday, August 19th at Firehouse 2, they're going to be doing the annual school supply distribution. And they're going to have face painting, games, and burgers. That's Steve's Burgers. He's like everywhere, right, Chief? He's fabulous. Oh my God. He really helps with so many organizations, and especially with the police department. So please, if you can stop by there, please do, because we'll be there. Thank you.
Okay, of course, we have to get that out. We're good, council? Okay, well, my final words to Strangers Help Strangers and that young lady is to stay the course, damn the torpedoes, and full steam ahead. We're going to take a 5-minute break.
Okay, Mayor, I'd like to reestablish a quorum for the August 17th, 2023 regular meeting. On roll call, we have council members Dennis.
Roll call.
Here. Thank you. Fasola?
Here.
Golubek? Pellegrin?
Here.
Sheridan?
Here.
Council President Ballasteri?
Here.
Mayor Coletti?
Here.
We have reestablished a quorum. Moving on through our agenda, we have ordinances on first reading. We have Resolution R-296-23, introduce ordinance number 23-27 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Bond Ordinance to authorize the undertaking of storm and sanitary sewer improvements at various locations in by and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $130,000 to pay the cost thereof, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds, to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds. Be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, September 21st, 2023, at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter, as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in the legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Mr. Foligno, would you mind breaking that down for us?
Yes, Mayor. This was a project for Orchard Street drainage. We had a lot of flooding there that was impacting not only the roadway, but some residences. It was unanticipated that when they opened the road, there was a lot of utilities in the way, a lot of old wires and pipes and stuff. So that's the reason for the additional $130,000 cost for this job.
May I have a motion on the ordinance?
So moved.
Second?
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Pellegrini. On roll call, we have Councilmembers Dennis.
Yes.
Fasolo,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrini,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Ballasteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-297-23, introduced ordinance number 23-28 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Bond Ordinance to appropriate an additional sum of $850,000 for the installation of a synthetic turf athletic field at the Borough Park and buying for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, New Jersey, to make a down payment, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such additional appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bond anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, September 21st, 2023, at 7:00 p.m., or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Once again, Mr. Foligno, can you please break it down for us?
Sure, Mayor. Borough Field Turf Project, as you're aware, it was a little more expensive than we had anticipated. Through a few bids and then the CFO finding a co-op for us to go into, we were able to get that down significantly, a large savings of about $1 million. And we have to add an additional $850 in order to get this project done, $350,000 of which will come from the trust fund. So out of this $850, $500 of it will end up being debt.
Thank you. May I have a motion on the ordinance?
So moved.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrini, second by Golubek. On roll call, we have Councilmembers Dennis.
Yes.
Fasolo,
Yes.
Golubek,
Yes.
Pellegrini,
Yes.
Sheridan,
Yes.
Council President Ballasteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-298-23, introduced ordinance number 23-29 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Bond Ordinance to authorize the undertaking of various improvements to Elmwood Drive Park and by and for the Borough of Elmwood Park in the County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, to appropriate the sum of $600,000 to pay the cost thereof, to authorize the issuance of bonds to finance such appropriation, and to provide for the issuance of bonds anticipation notes in anticipation of the issuance of such bonds, be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, September 21st, 2023, at 7:00 p.m., or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Mr. Foligno, I believe some of this is grant money, is that correct?
Mayor, yes, we pursued a grant through our grant writer, Millennium Strategies, Green Acres for Elmwood Drive Park to make improvements and enhancements to that park. We received about $270,000. We are bonding $600, so $330 of that will be debt.
Thank you. May I have a motion on the ordinance?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrini, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have Councilmembers Dennis.
Yes.
Fasolo. Golubek.
Yes.
Pellegrini.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Ballasteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-299-23, introduced ordinance number 23-30 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Ordinance Adding Section 37-2 at SEC Mandatory Development Fee to Chapter 37 Affordable Housing of the Municipal Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, September 21st, 2023, at 7:00 p.m., or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Mr. Ingraffi, would you please do the honors of breaking this down?
Yes, Mayor. This is finally something that has been acted on and worked on for the last 4 years. There was a lawsuit with regards to this matter. Requirements that the borough had not been able to meet with regards to affordable housing and fees, and there's a second ordinance which is part and parcel with this ordinance that completes the whole aspect with regards to development and housing and affordable housing in the borough. Any further delay puts the borough at risk, and it is important to move these two ordinances to finalize so that we meet the state requirements with regards to affordable housing.
Thank you, Mr. Ingraffia. May I have a motion on the ordinance? Any discussion?
Wait, I need a second.
Second.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Dennis. Yes. Fasolo.
Yes.
Golombek.
Yes.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Ballasteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-300-23, introduced ordinance number 23-31 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled Ordinance Repealing and Replacing Inconsistencies Found in Section 37-1 et sec, Affordable Housing Obligation of the Municipal Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, September 21st, 2023, at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the borough clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in the legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Mr. Ingraffia?
Again, Mayor, this is the total regards to the fees and charges that would be involved with regards to the affordable housing and the breakup as to percentages. Very important that they both of these ordinances are going both hand in hand to make it a complete compliance with the state laws.
Okay, thank you. Motion on the ordinance, please.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
First by Pellegrin, second by Council President Ballasteri. On roll call, we have council members Dennis. Yes. Fasolo.
Yes.
Golombek.
Yes.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Ballasteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-301-23, introduced ordinance number 23-32 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, An Ordinance to Amend the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, New Jersey, amending the Borough Code and all general ordinances of the borough, more specifically Chapter 34, more specifically Section 43.31.14E of the Cannabis Ordinance within the Borough of Elmwood Park be passed and adopted on first reading, and be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, September 21st, 2023, at 7:00 p.m. or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the borough clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
Once again, Mr. Ingraffia.
Yes, Mayor, this right here is an ordinance to amend certain part of the prior ordinance with regards to cannabis, which has been approved. It is a aspect with regards to certain areas which have already been now approved to be part of and be qualified for the purposes of the compliance with the ordinance. We needed to assure that this statute and the ordinance complies with the statute with regards to distances. And we have noted that, and I've made this aware by the cannabis attorney, that the areas, one particular area conflicts with regards to the distance. And because there's a highway in the middle between the school and the particular place where it may be affected, we would have to diminish the distance in order to let that premises qualify. The state would definitely has already approved it. Everything is already on the sort of, it was in a back burner until we did this to allow that use.
Will this dispensation, will it stand on its own, or is it case by case?
It's on its own with regards to the distance, but it's a case-by-case basis that the mayor and council can
Okay.
always review.
Yeah, I'm going to ask our police chief to weigh in on this too, to explain exactly what's going on, and add to what's going on, I should say. Mike?
Yes, Mayor. I was asked by the council for my opinion on this. I believe the business in question, location, is fine. Gantner Avenue School falls within the radius of the 500 feet. However, with the 4 lanes of a divided highway and there's a motel in the way and all kinds of other obstacles, I have no concerns whatsoever for the amendment to the ordinance.
So I completely understand this. The reason that we are amending the ordinance is basically because there's a highway separating the prospective area in question and the school, which makes sense that if you're going to have a dispensation, you would do it in a circumstance like that. Am I reading that correctly?
Yeah, Mayor, just so that it's clear, the issue here would be that circumstances, the state does not allow distance. That's usually done for the purposes of liquor licenses. But when I was asked to implement the initial ordinance with regards to authorizing the cannabis sale and so forth, we did not believe at that time that this area would be affected. However, because of changing circumstances, we would not be, and it is my personal opinion, that I would not want the council to be put in a position that because of the particular situation in hand, where you have a complete 4-lane highway, that the distance with a buffering cement barriers, you would not have children go even near this place or be exposed to it. That would leave open a potential lawsuit. And I think we would lose that action. And this is why I'm recommending it. But we're doing it specifically so that it's almost a specific meeting of that requirement.
Okay. Mr. Ingrafia, I see we have 2 ordinances here tonight that dealing with the cannabis. Is this, I know there was conversation in the work meeting about eliminating the planning board from the procedure. Is that not in existence in either of these?
No.
Very good.
No.
Very good. Okay. May I have a motion on the ordinance?
Mayor, real quick, before we vote on this, Mr. Ingrafia, the maximum number of licenses on here is the old number. It's not the number that was updated in 2023. It says maximum of 2, but we changed the retail to 4. So
It was that's on the other ordinance.
on this one that we're voting on tonight, the maximum number of licenses is
No,
wrong.
the one that we're talking about right now is the one with regards to amending one section, which is 200 foot. That's ordinance 23-2032, right?
Okay, I'm looking at 2333. But
2332 is the ordinance that just addresses the distance.
okay. Yes, I see that. Okay.
We good, Councilman?
Yes.
May I have a motion on the ordinance?
Yeah. Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have council members Dennis.
Yes.
Fasolo.
Yes.
Golombek.
Yes.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Ballasteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-302-23, introduce ordinance number 23-33 on first reading. Be it resolved that an ordinance entitled, an ordinance to amend the code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, New Jersey, amending the Borough Code and all general ordinances of the borough, more specifically Chapter 4, Licensing and Business Regulations, Section 4.7, clarifying application fees and license fees, clarifying types and numbers of licenses that may be issued, be passed and adopted on first reading. And be it resolved that a final hearing on said ordinance ordinance will be heard in the municipal building on Thursday, September 21st, 2023, at 7 o'clock p.m., or as soon thereafter as same can be heard, at which time any persons interested in said ordinance can be heard. Be it further resolved that the Borough Clerk be and she is hereby authorized to advertise in a legal newspaper a notice of introduction and final hearing as required by law.
We're giving you a workout today, Mr. Graffia.
Yeah, again, Mayor, this particular ordinance deals with minor changes that because as a result of the state changing their look, their statute through the commission and eliminating certain usage of words, certain usage of licensing where before they had it, now they've replaced wording that would conflict with the wording that we have. And all of this is an adjustment to comply with all of the technical wording and requirements with the state statute.
Okay. Well, once again, I know I'm going to sound redundant here, but this has nothing to do with eliminating the planning board from the
No.
process.
No.
Thank you very much. May I have a motion on the ordinance?
Mr.
No.
Graffia, this is the
Mayor,
one
yeah,
where
that's the one you wanted.
the number of
That's-
licenses, I have the one in front of me from the cannabis attorney. It doesn't match the ordinance.
Which one is that?
The retailer says 3 cannabis retailer license, where we have on our ordinance before this. I think it was 2023 where we updated that. This is amended 2022. We're supposed to have 4 retail licenses, 3 suppliers, and 2 conditional micro.
There are 3 of each.
Yeah, we have 4 retail, according to our
Oh,
cannabis attorney.
Just hit me which section of it is.
This is section,
C?
C, the last paragraph there.
Number of licenses?
Correct.
Okay, so you have the 2 for each of the following categories. Cultivator,
No, so it would be 3 supplier, 4 retailer, and then 2 conditional and 2 micro.
I'm sorry, the license categories, they changed. This is why it got a little confusing.
Yeah,
Initially, the statute had processors. Now, the state took that word out. It doesn't exist anymore in the statutes. So we had to amend it, and they incorporated processing into cultivation, manufacturing, and wholesaling and retail. So for every one of those, you have 2 licenses. But they're all commingled into the cultivator, manufacturing, and wholesaling and distribution. And then there's a maximum of 3 for retailer.
that's what I'm saying. We have 4.
Oh, there was 4?
Yeah.
All right, at this
If we-
point,
yeah.
I can just change that number if that's the one that we had before.
Well, I just want to make sure that they're all correct, so I
Yeah,
don't want to.
if that's the one we had approved before. We had approved that before.
Yeah, that's what the
All
cannabis
right, so
attorney has.
apparently Mr. Burns didn't catch that.
Yeah, that's what he has. I have his email
Okay, so
here.
then I can, right now, with our motion, we can just amend that one number.
Okay, so just to match what the
Yeah. so
cannabis
it
attorney
matches.
has,
If
he has
it
3.
is a typographical error by motion now, we can change that right
Okay,
now.
but just want to make sure that in here it's correct. So 3 supplier, 4 retail, 2 conditional, 2 micro.
I guess we need a motion to put that on the record.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Motion, please.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Okay, motion is to change the number of maximum from 3 to 4.
Yeah, just to match what our previous one was.
I'll have, that'll be adopted as a final, there's a typo, we'll change it.
Okay.
Well,
But you
must
can
say,
approve now you can approve the first reading with the amendment.
Okay.
with the amendment, I must say, Mr. Fasoli, you're on top of your game tonight.
Thanks.
I know you just got back from Italy. It must
That's
be
why.
that food
That's why I'm
over
relaxed.
there that's giving you all this energy. May I have a motion on the ordinance that's been amended?
So move.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Fasolo, second by Pellegrin. On roll call, we have Councilmembers Dennis. Yes. Fasolo.
Yes.
Golubek.
Yes.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Ballesteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to ordinances that's on second reading, we have Resolution R-303-23, introduced ordinance number 23-24 on second reading. Whereas a public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Chapter 7, Traffic of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park," more specifically Articles 7-11, Parking Prohibited at All Times on Certain Streets, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, July 20th, 2023, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore be it resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance to Amend Chapter 7, Traffic of the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park," more specifically Article 7-11, Parking Prohibited at All Times on Certain Streets, passed on final reading.
Motion to open to the public.
So move.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance alone? If not, I will close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have Councilmembers Dennis. Yes. Fasolo.
Yes.
Golubek. Pellegrin.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Ballesteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-304-23, introduced ordinance number 23-25 on second reading. Whereas the public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, acknowledging and accepting control and jurisdiction over Van Riper Avenue from the County of Bergen pursuant to Freeholder Ordinance number 23-09, was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, July 20th, 2023, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting. And whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore it be resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, "An Ordinance of the Borough of Elmwood Park, County of Bergen, State of New Jersey, acknowledging and accepting control and jurisdiction of Van Riper Avenue from the County of Bergen pursuant to Freeholder Ordinance number 23-09, passed on final reading."
I'd just like to say on this, before I open it to the public, I'd like to thank Mr. Ingrafia, our town engineer, and Scott Cars for working very diligently on getting this street vacated properly, and also freed up the property where our Vietnam Soldiers Memorial is going to go. So there was a lot to be done, and it was done very quickly. Thank you, Mr. Ingrafia. May I have a motion to open to the public? Anyone from the public here to speak on this and this ordinance alone? If not, I will close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Sheridan. On roll call, we have Councilmembers Dennis. Yes. Fasolo.
Yes.
Golubek. Yes. Pellegrin.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Ballesteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Resolution R-305-23, introduced ordinance number 23-26 on second reading. Whereas public notice has been given by the Borough Clerk that an ordinance entitled, "Ordinance Amending and Supplementing the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-35.1, Handicap Parking on Streets to create and assign a parking space for and as a handicap parking," was introduced and passed at a meeting held on Thursday, July 20th, 2023, and that further consideration of this ordinance would be taken up at this meeting, and whereas all persons interested in said ordinance were given an opportunity to be heard concerning the same. Now therefore it be resolved by the Mayor and Council of the Borough of Elmwood Park that an ordinance entitled, "Ordinance Amending and Supplementing the Code of the Borough of Elmwood Park, Chapter 7, Traffic, Section 7-35.1, Handicapped Parking on Streets to create and assign a parking space for and as a handicap parking," pass on final reading.
Motion to open to the public.
So move.
Anyone from the public here to speak on this ordinance and this ordinance alone? If not, I will close the public portion. May I have a motion to adopt the ordinance?
Second.
Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have Councilmembers Dennis. Yes. Fasolo.
Yes.
Golubek. Yes. Pellegrin.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Ballesteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Moving on to the consent agenda. We have resolutions R-306-23, approval of payroll, R-307-23, approval of bills list, R-308-23, cancellation of bond balances, R-309-23, capital budget amendment, R-310-23, authorized vacation buyback, R-311-23, authorized increase in hourly wage, fire department, R-312-23, resolution to refund overpayment, tax exempt veteran, R-313-23, resolution to refund overpayment, R-314-23, resolution to refund overpayment, R-315-23, resolution to refund overpayment, R-316-23, authorized current estimate number 1, Orchard Street drainage improvements, R-317-23, authorized current estimate number 1, FY 2021 NJDOT, Muller Boulevard improvements, R-318-23, award proposal for professional services, Alignment Group, Borough Salt Shed, R-319-23, award proposal for professional services, Alignment Group, Stormwater Outfall Mapping, R-320-23, authorized contract with Garden State Fireworks, Inc., R-321-23, awarded bid for curbside recycling, R-322-23, authorized purchase of equipment, Police Department, R-323-23, award Life Pack CR2 defibrillators, R-324-23, authorized release of road opening performance bond, R-325-23, amendment to Recreation Department staff, R-326-23, appointment of Recreation Department staff, R-327-23, appointment of counselors for the 2023-2024 school year, morning care and after-school program, Recreation Department, R-328-23, authorization to execute shared service agreement with the Elmwood Park Board of Education School Security Officers, R-329-23, approval to submit and execute a grant application, R-330-23, renew liquor licenses for the 2022-2023 license term, R-331-23, renew liquor licenses for the 2023-2024 license term, R-332-23, maintenance of 253 Martha Avenue, R-333-23, appointment of firefighters, R-334-23, approval of items of revenue and appropriation in JSA 40A:4-87, R-335-23, approval of items of revenue appropriation in JSA 40A:4-87, R-336-23, approval of items of revenue and appropriation in JSA 40A:4-87, R-337-23, approval of items of revenue and appropriation in JSA 40A:4-87, R-338-23, approval of items of revenue and appropriation in JSA 40A:4-87, R-339-23, approval of items of revenue and appropriation in JSA 40A:4-87, R-340-23, authorized voiding of stale checks, R-341-23, approved block party request, R-342-23, resolution to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That was pretty long, but not the longest, right?
Yeah.
We've had longer.
Right.
I have a motion on the consent agenda.
Second.
Any discussion? Call the roll, please.
First by Pellegrin, second by Fasolo. On roll call, we have Councilmember Dennis. Yes. Fasolo.
Yes.
Golubek.
Yes.
Pellegrin.
Yes.
Sheridan.
Yes.
Council President Ballesteri.
Yes.
Motion carries. Mayor, this concludes my portion of the meeting. I'm going to turn it over to you for council reports.
Council reports, okay. Councilwoman Dennis.
Oh, thank you, Mayor.
Did I catch you off guard here?
I didn't know which way you were going to go.
Oh, I try to keep everybody
I
on
see
their toes
that.
that
I
way.
wasn't on my toes yet, sorry. Just really quickly again, to Strangers Helping Strangers, just want to congratulate them for all the great things that they're doing within our community. It's greatly appreciated. Again, to Sierra Palmer, we appreciate her being our first apprentice for the program and just setting the bar really high for all students going forward. National Night Out, I didn't talk about it at the last work session, but Chief, again, it was a great event, very well attended, and the food was great, the company was great, everything about it was just wonderful. So again, thank you for that. And a little bit more about the Chief. So we have Biking on the Boulevard, which has been very successful, and the kids are out there riding around with their parents, and it's always just a great event to have. And then we have our summer camps program. Right now, our officers are watching and molding over 180 kids. And it is something to see every morning and every afternoon. The kids are in line and they're listening, and I can't get 2 kids to do that, let alone 180. So Chief, to you and your staff, you guys are doing a great job, and we really appreciate it. Progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Fasolo.
Thank you, Mayor. I also want to recognize the police department and all their work for National Night Out. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the country. Well, fortunately, I wasn't in the country, but unfortunately, I wasn't able to attend. But I heard it was a great turnout and everybody had a great time. The Youth Police Academy, another great job. Like the councilwoman said, molding 180 kids right now. It's great. I know we got stuck behind them on the boulevard today while they were marching, so that was great. The Village Block Party, August 26th. Chief, do we have a time for that? 12:30 to 3:30, which is another great event. I'm happy that it's continuing again this year. Other than that, progress, Mayor.
Mr. Fasolo, you cannot leave us without telling us a little about your trip to Italy, just a little bit.
A lot of food, a lot of beach time. It was good. It was good. A lot of wine. It was nice. Yeah. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, you come back full of smiles, so.
It was nice.
Thank you.
Thank
The
you.
Councilman Golubek.
Progress, Mayor.
Councilwoman Pellegrini.
Yes, Mayor, a couple things. Board of Health update, they had their monthly meeting this past Monday. They will be having their 3rd annual Elmwood Park Celebrate Senior event. The date is September 30th. Location Market Street from Mola Boulevard to Pine Street. Time 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Mark your calendars for this very special event. The flu clinic will be held on September 28th for Elmwood Park residents. Location Borough Hall. Time 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. For further information or questions, please call 201-796-1457, extension 604. And their next meeting will be held on Monday, September 11th at 7 p.m. The new Chamber of Commerce. There was a meeting held on August 10th. We are trying to start up the new Chamber of Commerce. Much discussion was had on how to accomplish this task to help our businesses thrive. This process will continue until we reach our goal. Thank you to all who attended and are willing to help this process along. A special thank you to Tony Ambrosio from our building department and our attorney Sal Ingrafia for answering all questions that evening and being so willing to help us. Also, thank you to Andrew Tesolano for spearheading the new chamber, and I will keep everyone up to date as this progress continues. Progress, Mayor.
Okay. Yeah, I'd just like to piggyback onto the chamber situation. Pandemic more or less shut that organization down, and it's admirable to Lorraine and Andrew to try and resurrect it, and it'll get stronger. Each and every meeting, the word will spread. It's a great organization to keep the businesses involved in our town. As we had said in the opening of this meeting tonight, we are community-minded, but we also are business-minded. Business, without business, you have no, basically, capitalism. And it's very important that we stay within those, somewhat of that philosophy. I don't want to get too nationally.
Mayor, can I just add something? I forgot, and I'm very sorry for it. I also want to thank you for coming and showing your interest and being there for our community and to get the businesses started. So thank you.
Thank you. It was my pleasure being here. But once again, we're very business-oriented, and we want to stay that way. Thank you, the Councilwoman. Councilwoman Sheridan.
Thank you, Mayor. The Elmwood Park Homeowners Association is going to Wind Creek Casino on Friday, August 25th. The bus leaves at 10 o'clock, comes back approximately 7. The trip is $50. You get $35 back cash voucher. If you have any other questions, please call Linda at 201-966-7694. Progress, Mayor.
Thank you. Last but not least, Council President Ballesteri.
Thank you, Mayor. Tonight, as everyone has said, was a beautiful night, wonderful volunteers tonight, and I agree with Councilwoman Pellegrin. It's wonderful to have an evening like this, so positive. And I hope we can have more like that. The police department, I'm just so proud of so many different events, and it just grows. And the police academy, it's just, that continues to grow. So many children are so interested, and we don't turn anybody away, and it's fabulous. What a great thing. And the biking with the police, that's wonderful. I'm glad that you're all doing that, and it keeps the community involved. And such great events, just like National Night Out was fabulous. What a turnout, what an excellent night, beautiful weather. So I thank the police department and our chief for that. Community Day, September 9th from 10 to 7. Fireworks will follow that evening. And I wanted to mention to Councilwoman Sheridan, I'm just curious. You know how when you set up with you're with the VFW auxiliary, I'm wondering, and I was thinking, Mayor, is it possible that they could set a table, because now that on Tuesdays, the concerts have gotten so many people, that why can't they set a table up or something to sell like sealed snacks and water and Gatorade, just to raise some extra dollars for the memorial statue? You're there anyway, so, and people, there's so many people there that I'm like, there's nothing really there for them. If they get thirsty, it's hot. Just a thought. That might be a nice little thing. Just some small snacks and drinks.
Yeah,
Okay, so I mean,
I could relay that back to,
if you could, because when I'm sitting, I'm saying, boy, it's great to be able to buy a bottle of water or Gatorade, or that might be a nice little thing to.
Yeah,
I'm sure you'll get a lot of people
candy,
buying candy.
maybe.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I know there's only a couple of weeks left, but why not? And then,
Yeah, I think there's only 2 more weeks left.
Right, but still, if you can do it for the last 2 weeks, it's always a little
Every
help.
little bit helps.
Right? Okay, well, think about it, and I just
Okay.
wanted to share that.
Thank you.
Progress, Mayor.
I'd just like to say I'll piggyback on the concerts. They've been very successful. It seems like each year they're getting stronger and stronger. We have a Motown group this week on Tuesday night, and then we have Mr. Feligno's favorite group, the last concert of the year, the Nerds. So blame it on him. Give him the praise or give him the thumbs down. They drew a lot of people last year. Last year they had the biggest draw, really, for the whole year. But yeah, that's all I have to say about that. All right, so I guess we need a motion to open to the public, correct? Am I correct with that?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, anyone from the public? Do we need a roll call on that? All in favor, please? Anyone from the public here to speak about anything they want, completely? You could talk about national politics, local politics, religion, anything you want. And here's my favorite person at Elmwood Park, right here. What do you say, Kenny? Uh-oh. Okay.
I want to ask you a question. Why the cops were not involved, I'd like to know. Because this was crazy. They had a flag. They were putting up right here in the border of Elmwood Park, red, white, and red, the colors of the flag. And it was hundreds of people standing in the middle of Marcus, street here, Harvard Street, and the black and flagging like crazy. No traffic can get through. A lot of people were putting a flag up, and a big flag. I mean, it was a big flag. And I never seen the red, white, and blue here. What we using that for here? It was right here in City Hall. They put it up. I want to tell you, that is terrible. And the traffic, you don't know how, I am right here. I see all traffic. It's crazy. It was so crazy. Because people cannot even know where they're going. It was so crazy.
Was that the Peruvian flag raising? Mike, do you know what he's referring to?
I think that's what he's referring to, Mayor, yes.
Okay.
That was crazy. And it lasted for a while. I said a while. And traffic was just getting going round and around the circle.
The traffic.
They're trying to get in front of my house. And I don't know what's going on. I said, what if there's no cops around? There's nobody around, and they all traffic just keep coming around, and people are standing in the middle of the road.
Well, when something like that is proposed, we'll have to make sure that we have the proper accommodations.
Right, you had nothing. Right, Mayor? And another thing, Liz Morgan came out, and she did wrestle for a little bit, but then she got very bad injured again with her arm. Again. And very bad. And this time, we don't know if she'll ever come back. And it's so sad.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we could pray.
And I want to tell you something, Mayor. One thing we do have to say, one thing, please. I want to take you the truth. She came out and said, "Oh, Pop, New Jersey again." And then she was dancing when they did that. It was very appreciative when I see that. You know what I mean?
Getting our name on the news.
In that town is very famous.
Yeah.
It's big.
Well, that's good stuff, right? Kenny, that's all good stuff.
Right, that's what I'm trying to tell you. But you know, like the other place don't, it's like down, but you think one thing, our town is there. Our town is there.
Thumbs up on that one.
Right, Mayor. But Mayor, please, another thing to ask you. And I ask you, Sergeant, I have a question to ask you. Do you know the Army was in our town Sunday afternoon? Yes? Yes, they were there in our town. The cops didn't know nothing. They just walked right around in our town. That one, 2 trucks, it was. It was a small little truck and a little guy had a gun. Truck was on behind him. And I saw it. I can get a parking space in the parking lot for my candidate, just for a little bit until we get it right and fixed.
That's a little difficult. What's the address?
31 Mulberry Street.
31?
Yeah, you know, they're in the parking lot.
When are they moving in?
No, they're there already. We're waiting for the construction guy to come this
They
week.
moved in already?
They're thinking, now they're gonna repave it.
Are they
The road,
first floor or second floor?
the second floor.
We'll stop and talk to them. We'll find a spot for them to park.
Yeah?
Yes, we'll talk to them.
All right, don't forget.
What's their name?
He's a nice guy. He's a single man.
What's his name?
Chad, 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 or something like that.
Chad?
Yeah, Chad. Mm-hmm.
We'll talk to him.
All right.
All right?
All right, thank you.
All right, Kenny, good hearing from you.
But I did tell you, man, we got a lot of problems.
Listen, we're here to resolve them. We're with you.
I want to ask you a question. You wanted me to help you vote, but Benny, I want to know, call me, tell me, I want to help you.
Kenny, you said you're voting for me. You already told me this.
All right, Kenny. All right, Kenny. Love you, buddy. Love you. Anyone else, kids? I tell you, Jeff, that's going to be a hard act to follow.
Jeffrey Freitag, 35 Hillman Drive, Elmwood Park. Just to clarify something, and I know this is only the first reading of the cannabis, both the zoning stuff and the other thing. Now, the total number of licenses, all the different categories, how much will it turn out to be? How many licenses? Because I went through that sheet very quickly. I mean, I didn't see this. It was like,
I believe that if you look at all of them, and you would say there would be like 6 of the major ones, 4 of the minor retailers, and 2 of each of the,
I got 17.
it's around 15, 16, whatever it is.
It's quite a difference from what was originally.
But the problem is, we already have licenses that have already been approved by the state. Once they are active, then it diminishes the amounts. And what I've looked at so far is that the area in town now is technically covered for any type of licensing, but it's going to be very difficult for them to get space.
Okay, also now is the 500 feet in the CG zone, it's down to 250 everywhere?
Yeah, you have to do it 250 as a general, because if you go into specificity, it becomes an issue of legality. So it has to be in a manner which is consistent throughout.
It can't be somewhat arbitrary.
Exactly.
Okay, so if, for instance, and just using Gantner Avenue, if there was one on the southern side of Route 46 with more than, that has to be 250 feet,
Yes.
whereas before it was 500.
But looking at, based on the planner and the zoning that he provided us, there is very little that would cause any issue, other than this one particular area.
Right, but unless it was on the other side of Route 46.
Yeah, but the other side of 46, the way it's laid out, it's going to be very difficult for anybody to get.
Just because of what's available.
Yeah.
Now, has the cannabis board met at all?
They have not yet met.
This
They
year,
have-
I know.
This year, they have not yet met.
Okay.
That I know of. I don't think they've met.
We had a Zoom meeting,
A what?
what was it, a week ago? 2 weeks ago?
It was before I even went to Italy. It was before my vacation. It's gotta be like over a month ago.
Was it
That was a month
advertised?
ago.
Yeah.
Ooh, a month ago, I'm sorry.
Was it advertised? Because I looked.
I don't think you had any action.
No action.
But you had a meeting.
There was a meeting, and what they did, they should have been on the website.
Yeah, because I looked.
I wasn't aware that it wasn't advertised myself. So we'll have to correct that going forward.
Mayor, what we can do is I can call Mr. Byrne to find out what happened. If that's the case, maybe Mr. Byrne failed to contact the clerk and tell him.
We'll get to the bottom of it, Jeff.
I'll get it.
Okay, engineering fees for the salt shed. $50,000? 30, I think, and 20. It's kind of high, isn't it? I mean, considering the fact, I would assume it's somewhat prefab,
Yeah.
and it's simply all he's going to do is put those, and I'll use his term as a word that I'm going to use, as mafia blocks, as he termed it. There are two courses, and it's going to go around, and it's similar, the same outline, I would assume, is what's there, correct?
Yeah.
$50,000 for that? Wouldn't the company who designs these things, which usually in that case costs the prefab, wouldn't that come along with it?
Well, he has to take 3 bids, Jeff. I mean,
Well, no, I'm talking about engineering fees.
oh, the engineering fees.
It's $50,000. I guess everybody thinks that's okay. Okay, one other thing, going through the bills, and again, I just looked at this thing at 4 o'clock. One thing, and names come out and everything who are on the bills, some of them. One of them is Mohammed El Falal, which I believe is one of the chaplains, correct? The imam. Now, was there, I don't know, did they get money or?
Went to a training conference.
Oh, so they're gonna go to, they go to them?
Well, they have to.
Oh, I didn't know there was a,
Death notifications, the council police officers that have seen traumatic scenes.
so all of them go? Because he was the only one I saw in there.
Has all of them gone? I believe they all have gone.
Where did they have it?
It was in Arizona.
Arizona.
I think they're part of the international chaplains.
The information in New Jersey isn't the same as Arizona.
That's where they had the conference.
They always seem to, next to
It's a
the,
good thing. Why is it? It's a good thing. It helps the police officers in the community.
why? Is it a good thing?
Yeah, it's a great thing.
Everything costs money.
It's a great thing. Yeah.
Everything costs money.
Come on a death scene with us and see how you feel. You want to talk to
No,
someone?
that's,
Yeah, I know. You don't get it.
no, I'm not saying I don't. Don't put words in my mouth. That's not very fair. I'm asking a question.
I answered you.
Well, you seem to get, that it's a good thing. That's fine. And you said, why am I saying it? Because it's money. That's all I asked. I guess I'm not supposed, pardon me?
Money well spent.
Okay, I guess I shouldn't ask a question.
No, I didn't say that. I answered you. I didn't say that to ask a question. You asked a question, I answered you. You don't like the answer.
I think you got a little testy, a little unnecessarily. I don't know why.
Come on,
Because they asked the
gentlemen, we
question.
had such a good night here. Let's leave on a good note.
What was that?
I said you win.
I win? What does that mean?
We're getting back to, if I may interrupt, getting back to the charge for the engineer for the assault shed.
Yeah.
I did take a look at it, it just came to me now. He's at 10 or 12% of the proposed price for which is in line. Usually at 14, 16, and 18, I like to keep.
So then it should be $500,000 for
Oh, it's going to be more than that,
Wow.
the project.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you, Jeff. Anybody else care to speak from the ordinance? If not, I will close the public portion, and I guess we have to say goodnight to these fine people. A motion to go into executive, of course.
So
I
moved.
just wanted to say goodnight to these people first. Motion to go into executive. It's okay?
I did it.
You did?
I'm the one-
All in favor? Good night.
Whereas the Open Public Meeting Act, PL 1975, Chapter 231 permits the exclusion of the public from a meeting in certain circumstances, and whereas the public body is of the opinion that such circumstances presently exist, and whereas the governing body wishes to discuss litigation and legal reports, minutes will be kept, and once the matter involving the confidentiality of the above no longer requires that confidentiality, then the minutes can be made public. Now therefore it be resolved that the public be excluded from this meeting.